Rahul breaks his silence on Amethi contest. Rahul dubs Amethi query as a BJP question.
लोग तो गुजरात छोड़कर पीएम बनने के लिए बनारस आते हैं, आप बाय नाइट चले गए, तो क्या अमेठी या रायबरेली से आप
ये बीजेपी वाला क्वेश्चन है.
Rahul says ready for Amethi if Congress wants. (2019) repeat in 2024 in Amethi. Will Rahul fight Smriti Irani once again? Top Focus 5 Live.
Rahul Gandhi's first word on Amethi, but the suspense hasn't ended on UP's most high-profile Lok Sabha seat. I'm Shiv, this is 5 Live. We're going to get into it and the opposition's plan. First, as always, the headlines. Ram Lala's big Surya Namaskar after 500 years, they say. Ram Mandir witnesses historic Surya Tilak on the Ram Lala idol. Prime Minister Modi watches the celestial splendor during his campaign train. BJP and opposition top guns go all out on the final day of Lok Sabha Phase 1 campaigning. Priyanka Vadra fires Sanatan salvo at Prime Minister Modi at her UP rally.
हिंदू धर्म को वो मानती थी, हम सब मानते हैं, हमारी कांग्रेस पार्टी मानती है और महात्मा गांधी मानते थे और उसी धर्म के आधार पर हमारा आंदोलन चला, उसी धर्म के सत्य के आधार पर और उसी सत्य की हमेशा जीत हुई है इस देश में.
Rahul Gandhi makes a big claim, attacks BJP's 400 par war cry, says NDA seats will be reduced to 150, claims massive undercurrent in favour of the India bloc. He had said something similar in 2019. Prime Minister Modi lashes out at DMK's north-south divide pitch, rejects DMK's Hindi imposition charge, says all Indian languages are sacred, claims DMK is politicizing the Tamil language. Big war over Chhattisgarh Naxal encounter. Former Chief Minister Baghel accuses BJP of a fake encounter, later retracts his statement. BJP slams Bhupesh Baghel for downplaying the operation. Viewer, this morning Priyanka Gandhi Vadra said if there is no tampering with electronic voting machines or EVMs, the BJP will not go beyond 180 seats in the 2024 election. These are the words of the High Command of a party that has won 2 states, Karnataka and Telangana, in landslide victories in just the last 12 months. And yet here she is, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, pushing the most fatigued excuse for what I'm guessing the Congress sees as inevitable upcoming defeat. Ms. Vadra's words may be the oldest excuse in the book, the trope of EVM tampering, which somehow never comes up when the Congress performs well. But as I'm about to demonstrate today, her words prove that this isn't just election season, it's also excuse season. 2 days from now, the election begins, the first phase. But what Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has reminded us of today is that while the opposition has been mounting attack after attack on the ruling party, it has also been steadily building what I call a dossier of defeat. Her comment on EVM tampering is only the latest. But join me as I flip the pages of this dossier to show you why I think they've been busy building a case for a setback on the 4th of June. That's the day the results will be declared. The biggest excuse, viewer, that's been pushed is this narrative of democracy dying. From Rahul Gandhi on his foreign trips to Mamata Banerjee at a rally today, the opposition's excuse number 1 has been this suggested death of democracy. This is, of course, the mother of all excuses, a kind of preemptive blanket defense for what the opposition itself seems to be expecting on the 4th of June. That's why from the covers of magazines to economists and activists, there's a worldwide narrative, almost a toolkit-like push to paint the 2024 election as democracy's final blow. The second is this trope of a non-level playing field. I'm not saying it isn't a legitimate debate to have, and as you've seen, we debate it often here on India Today, but it still counts as an important chapter in the opposition's excuse-nama for June the 4th. None of the opposition parties is able to explain this proposed lack of a level playing field when explaining election victories by opposition parties in several big states over the last few years. Third is this idea of Godi media. Just today you saw both Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi both taking swipes at journalists. Rahul, when he was asked whether he would fight from Amethi, smirked and called it a BJP question. An hour later, Priyanka Gandhi attributed Modi's political victories to a fawning media that blanks out the opposition. I can speak for India Today when I say that the Bharat Jodo Yatra of Rahul Gandhi was one of our biggest coverages, and we pay as much attention and provide as much primetime space to the opposition as we do to the ruling party. Now, I have a slight conflict here personally, I must confess, since I'm one of the 14 TV anchors the Congress-led India bloc chose to blacklist in September last year, fueled by the viewership, perhaps, of these opinion videos I've been doing on my show daily, since my show isn't even a debate show. But once again, the media is a nice big chapter in the opposition's dossier of defeat, because it presents itself as a big excuse and a diversionary element when the results come. The fourth is the electoral bonds issue. What the opposition had hoped would be a smoking gun on election finance skullduggery has turned out not only to embarrass the opposition parties in unexpected measure too, but failed to find any visible resonance with the electorate, which is probably wondering why the opposition parties are so shocked by the suggestion that the funding of elections isn't exactly an exercise in Swachh Bharat. Well, with its failure to prove useful as a big election plank, electoral bonds will find convenient use in the June 4th dossier of defeat. Fifth, the use of central agencies. Now, those of you who've watched this show and our coverage in general on India Today know that no network has asked more questions on this issue than us. It is undoubtedly an issue worthy of protest and debate. The problem is the opposition has shown neither the stamina to keep the heat on the issue, nor has it accepted that excuses don't win an election. They only allow you to justify defeat. And finally, the suggestion that India has descended into fascism. Now, I would hazard that most people using the word, including our netas, don't fully know what fascism means, where it comes from, what the historic implications are. But it sounds suitably vicious and provides a useful amount of ambiguous cover for the many frustrations the opposition parties refuse to address and confront. The irony of this dossier of defeat, viewer, as you may have judged already, is that every one of these issues that I've just named, from EVM tampering allegations to the death of democracy to Godi media, are all worthy of the spotlight, worthy of debate, worthy of dharnas, worthy of the media spotlight, worthy of interrogation. The opposition is not wrong to keep the heat on these issues. The problem is the opposition seems to be happier to invest its energies in building a credible list of excuses for defeat on June the 4th, rather than mount anything close to a credible fight for the best possible outcome. That's the problem. And that, in my view, is the real death of democracy. Rahul Gandhi seemed annoyed when he was asked at a press conference today whether he would be fighting the election from Amethi. He snapped back with a smirk at the journalist asking the question, saying, "There comes a BJP question." A journalist asking Rahul Gandhi whether he's going to fight from Amethi was branded by Rahul Gandhi as a BJP question. But he did answer the question. Take a look at this report.
Will he or won't he fight from Amethi? Rahul Gandhi has finally broken his silence on whether he will return to attempt and reclaim lost Amethi territory. And here's what he said.
अमेठी की बात कांग्रेस का डिसीजन है. जो भी मुझे ऑर्डर मिलेगा मैं वो करूंगा. सीईसी मीटिंग हमारी पार्टी में सीईसी मीटिंग्स में ये डिसीजन लिए जाते हैं.
Rahul, in his interaction with the media, also taunted the reporter for the question on Amethi, calling it a BJP question.
गुजरात छोड़कर पीएम बनने के लिए बनारस आते हैं, आप बाय नाइट चले गए, तो क्या अमेठी या रायबरेली से आप लड़ेंगे?
ये बीजेपी वाला क्वेश्चन है.
ये पत्रकार का सवाल.
पहले ओपनिंग बॉल Opening ball BJP question.
Rahul's response comes amid the BJP's claim that Congress will announce Rahul as the Amethi candidate soon after Wayanad polling ends. The BJP also lashed out at Rahul for his BJP question taunt at a reporter.
Party's decision. Few days ago when Khadgeji was asked this question, he said it was Rahulji's personal decision. That means they both know that they have to transfer the topi from one to the other. But if this is a BJP sponsored question, the first time this question was asked by the left leaders when they fielded Annie Raja. At that time, Brinda Karaji, Vijayanji and others made this question mark on Rahul that why are you treating Kerala like backup and you contest from Amethi? So is this question a BJP sponsored question if the left party leaders have asked it and media is asking it?
But Rahul's attack on the media seems to be a clear strategy of the Gandhis. In an exclusive chat with India Today, Priyanka Gandhi had this to say when asked about the Modi factor.
आप मेरे से ये क्यों नहीं पूछ रही हैं मौसमी आप मेरे से ये क्यों नहीं पूछ रही हैं कि कांग्रेस पार्टी बेरोजगारी के लिए क्या कर रही है आप ये क्यों नहीं पूछ रही हैं मेरे से कि कांग्रेस पार्टी की क्या स्कीम है महिलाओं के लिए आप ये क्यों नहीं पूछ रही हैं कि आज महंगाई इतनी हो गई है महंगाई को घटाने के लिए कांग्रेस पार्टी क्या करेगी आप ये क्यों नहीं पूछ रही हैं कि कांग्रेस पार्टी विकास कैसे कराएगी
Media attacks aside, questions still loom on whether Rahul will bite the Amethi bullet. Smriti Irani has repeatedly dared Rahul to return to Amethi.
Well, my challenge to Mr. Gandhi was very simple, that if he considers himself the tallest leader of the Congress party, he should fight only the seat of Amethi.
And then you had Vadra saying he was keen to contest.
जो भी कांग्रेस पार्टी चुनेगी वहाँ जो उम्मीदवार होंगे वहाँ के लोग जो बीजेपी को टक्कर दे सकते हैं या वहाँ सही जो व्यक्ति होंगे जो वहाँ के सांसद बने तो मुझे लग रहा है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी चुनेगी.
In the building Amethi mystery, Rahul Gandhi so far has refused to divulge if he's keen on reclaiming lost ground in UP or not. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, the most ironic thing of all of this, and you saw Rahul Gandhi answering that question from that reporter and saying, whatever the party decides, whatever the High Command decides, whatever the CEC decides, I will do whatever they want. The huge irony and the ambiguity and paradox within the Congress party is that while Rahul Gandhi says it's up to the party, whatever they want, whatever they order me to do, I will do that. But just a few days earlier, when Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge was asked the same question at an event, he said, we have to first wait and see what is in Rahul Gandhi's mind. Only Rahul Gandhi can decide whether he wants to fight from Amethi. So you see the irony as far as leadership is concerned. Rahul Gandhi is projecting himself as an obedient and disciplined soldier of the party who will obey the High Command. Whereas the Congress president is basically saying Rahul Gandhi is himself the High Command. He will have to decide. The unsaid word here is who are we to tell him what to do? He has to first decide what it is. So this is the irony in Rahul Gandhi's snap back to that journalist. First calling him like Godi media, basically saying it's a BJP question. But then this is the reality of whether Rahul Gandhi will actually fight from Amethi. I want to go across now to India Today's. I think we have Mosmi Singh with us. Do we have Mosmi Singh with us? Okay, let's go to Mosmi Singh.
Shiv, I'm right there.
Yeah, we've got Mosmi Singh with us. Mosmi, Rahul Gandhi annoyed by the question, calling it a BJP question. Seems like the Congress hasn't learnt any lessons, even this close to an election. A totally legitimate question about whether he's going to fight from Amethi or not. Why did he get so annoyed?
See, this is not the first time when Rahul Gandhi has hit back at journalists who asked questions saying that this is a BJP question, it's a BJP-minded question. And twice Rahul Gandhi did that in the presser that happened in Ghaziabad today. So many times Rahul Gandhi has, shot the messenger if there have been many direct questions. I remember in a presser in Jaipur, when Rahul Gandhi was being asked by the regional media in Rajasthan about the politics and the tussle between Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot during the Bharat Jodo Yatra. It was the local journalists who were asked first, and then he said, see, nobody asked on China, nobody asked on what's happening on the Indo-China border. So it's the local Rajasthan media that was given preference. How would they would ask things that are pertinent to them, and that's why he said that this is Godi media, how the Modi media is functioning. So it was completely out of the blue, not connected. Perhaps Rahul is being fed continuously that it's because of the media that the Congress party is losing. It's because that the media doesn't show him as much as Prime Minister Narendra Modi or the BJP. So the Congress also needs to look within how correct they are in making these big assumptions. Is it a weak opposition? Is your strategy weak? Like you're talking about Amethi. Everybody knows that they've really pushed these dates to the last. 26th, the nominations open. Already the Amethi sitting MP is gearing up for the battle royale. So the big question really is that, are you prepared, or you are trying to find fault with others for your own mistakes?
A completely legitimate question. Mausami herself has asked these questions in the past. It's just befuddling and perplexing that Rahul Gandhi would, take out whatever sentiments he has about this election or politics in general over journalists asking questions, especially at a time when the Congress party, rightly so, blames the BJP for never holding press conferences with the Prime Minister, whereas Rahul Gandhi holds press conferences where he's constantly abusing journalists. So one wonders actually what is worse. Mausami, thanks very much for that. We're going to play out what Mausami asked Priyanka Gandhi in just a couple of minutes from now. But before that, keeping the spotlight on Amethi in Uttar Pradesh, this former Gandhi family bastion, where Union Minister from the BJP, Smriti Irani, is waiting for the Congress to announce its candidate. She's attacked Congress MP Rahul Gandhi several times, from calling him a nikamma to accusing him of ignoring the constituency. She's been relentless. Listen in.
Well, my challenge to Mr. Gandhi was very simple, that if he considers himself the tallest leader of the Congress party, he should fight only the seat of Amethi. हम कहते हैं कि अगर नेता वो है जिसको सहारे की जरूरत नहीं है, ये राहुल गांधी का मानना है, तो फिर वो बिना मायावती जी के, बिना अखिलेश के सहारे के अमेठी अकेले लड़के दिखा दें. लेकिन मैंने जो सुना है कि वो शायद 2 सीटों से लड़ेंगे. जैसे ही वो अनाउंस करेंगे कि वो 2 सीटों से लड़ रहे हैं, वहीं पे उनके अनाउंसमेंट का मतलब है कि वो अमेठी हार रहे हैं. जो इंसान टोटली कन्विंस्ड होता है कि वो जीत रहा है, वो दूसरी सीट की ओर नहीं भागता.
राहुल गांधी से पूछा गया वायनाड से काहे लड़ रहे हैं, राहुल गांधी ने कहा वायनाड के लोग ज्यादा वफादार. फिर हम क्या हुआ? 15 साल निकम्मे सांसद को ढोया, जिसने काम नहीं किया, जीतने के बाद भी गायब रहा, और अब अमेठी की वफादारी पर ये तोहमत लगाते हैं. आप सब साक्षी हैं कांग्रेस की यहाँ पर राजनीति के. कब हुआ ऐसा कि 4,20,000 परिवारों को सालाना 6,000 रुपया बैंक के खाते में बिना पूछे बिना मांगे पैसा मिला हो? आज तक नहीं हुआ. 50 साल एक छत्र राज था कांग्रेस पार्टी का अमेठी में. गरीब के लिए शौचालय तक नहीं बनवा पाए. वो चाहते थे कि गरीब अमेठी का गरीब रहे, ताकि कांग्रेस के बड़े बड़े नेताओं के सामने हाथ फैलाए अमेठी का गरीब हमेशा तड़पता रहे.
Priyanka Gandhi Vadra spoke to India Today's Mausami Singh just a moment ago. Listen in.
दोनों तरफ से राम की बात हो रही है. प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी और योगी आदित्यनाथ भी राम की बात कर रहे हैं, राम आएंगे और पूरा उस तरीके से. तो किनके राम सही हैं? क्या राम सियासत में आने चाहिए?
राम देखिए, राम एक ही है.
असल राम भक्त
असल राम भक्त वो है जो सत्य के पथ पर चलता है, चाहे वो कोई भी हो, किसी भी धर्म का हो, किसी भी जाति का हो. वही राम भक्त है जो सत्य को पकड़ता है और सत्य के पथ पर चलता है. जहां तक मैं देख रही हूं, भाजपा की सरकार ने एक सत्य का पथ नहीं चुना है, क्योंकि जनता के सामने सत्य नहीं आ रहा है. और मैं इतना कहूंगी कि मोदी जी के सामने भी इस देश की सच्चाई आज दिख नहीं रही है उनको। मोदी जी को ये दिख नहीं रहा है कि इस देश का जो आम आदमी है, देश का गरीब है, देश का किसान है, देश की गरीब महिला है, कितना तरस रही है, कितना तड़प रही है, कितना तड़प रहे हैं लोग, क्योंकि महंगाई आसमान छू रही है, बेरोजगारी बढ़ गई है, कम नहीं हुई है। और मुझे ताज्जुब होता है कि 10 सालों के लिए सरकार में रहे हैं, इनके पास इतनी सत्ता है, अपार सत्ता है। ये खुद कहते हैं, अपने मियाँ मिट्ठू खुद बनते हैं, कहते हैं कि अपने मुंह मियाँ मिट्ठू कहते हैं कि इस पूरी दुनिया में सबसे बड़े मोदी जी हैं। भाजपा के नेता कहते हैं ठीक है, मोदी जी के पास इतनी सत्ता है, अपार सत्ता है। तो अगर इतनी सत्ता है तो 10 सालों में रोजगार क्यों नहीं बढ़ाए, महंगाई क्यों नहीं घटाई?
Let's show you some numbers from Amethi to give you a perspective on where things actually stand. First, the 2014 Lok Sabha election, the first election where the BJP came to power at the centre. The Rahul Gandhi vote share in the election that he won in 2014 from Amethi was 46.71%. He, of course, won that election, defeating Smriti Irani in their first confrontation. Smriti Irani's vote share was 34.38%. She lost. Cut forward 5 years, the tables turned in Amethi in 2019. Rahul Gandhi lost that election. He got 43.84% of the vote, but Smriti Irani edged past him with 49.71% of the vote, winning that election finally. The question now is, will Rahul and Smriti face each other again in Amethi? Rahul Gandhi doesn't seem keen to answer that question. Joining me live for a perspective on this and the imagery of Rahul Gandhi losing his cool, Rajdeep Sardesai, consulting editor with me. Rajdeep, you know, Rahul calls a question about Amethi a BJP question. You know, why do you think that question annoys him?
Thank you very much, Shiv. Look, that's a question you will have to ask Rahul Gandhi as to why Rahul Gandhi ko gussa kyun aata hai. Why did he say it's a BJP question? I think he has to respond to that. Look, it's according to me a very legitimate question that any journalist covering the Congress party today will ask. Will Rahul Gandhi be contesting from Amethi? Remember, he is a 3-time MP from there, won 2004, 2009 and 2014, only lost in 2019. His family has been associated with Amethi for more than 5 decades. So it is a legitimate question to ask whether Rahul Gandhi will be contesting from Amethi or not. So I think the journalist was perfectly entitled to ask that question. I don't see it certainly as a BJP question. But you'll have to ask Rahul Gandhi what was it about that question that riled him up so much?
If we ask him that question again, he's probably going to say even more that it's a BJP question. But, you know, jokes aside, Rajdeep, does delaying an announcement on Amethi, you know, for whatever tactical reasons, you know, the word on the street is that that the Congress party will announce the Amethi candidature after the Wayanad, you know, polling day happens, you know, for tactical political reasons. But does a delay in this announcement on Amethi reflect badly on the Gandhis and the party?
Look, Shiv, as an analyst, I've maintained for a while that the only way the Congress can make a real comeback in India is if it can recapture lost ground in the Hindi heartland. This is where it's lost a substantial ground, not just from 2014 onwards, but go back really from the early 1990s, where the Congress has been on the decline in states like Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. The one exception was 2009, and that really reflected in the strong performance the Congress gave in Uttar Pradesh. The road to Delhi often does lead through Lucknow. 80 seats on offer, and unless the Congress and its ally, the Samajwadi Party, can stop the BJP juggernaut in UP, it will be very difficult for them to wrest power in the country. To that extent, I think it is important for a leader to lead from the front and show that in his karma bhumi, in this case Uttar Pradesh and Amethi, Rahul Gandhi is willing to take up the challenge. And I think it will have a positive impact on the entire India alliance if Rahul Gandhi were to announce his candidature from Amethi. The fact is, Wayanad in Kerala is a seat where his principal opponent is the left front, which is an ally of the India alliance. So that doesn't send out the positive message nationally. To that extent, I believe Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party may well have to bite the bullet when it comes to Amethi. And therefore, I think he's not at the moment declaring his candidature, uncertainty over whether Priyanka Gandhi Vadra will contest at all. All of that sends out the wrong signals to the party, especially in the Hindi heartland, where it really faces an uphill battle. The statistic I keep repeating, 90% of the seats, both in 2014 and 19, where there were direct contests, Shiv, between the Congress and the BJP, went to BJP. Most of them in North, Western and Central India. That's where the Congress will have to recover lost ground. And that really has to start with the leadership showing the appetite for a fight in the Hindi heartland. So to that extent, the more they delay any announcement on Amethi or indeed on Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's future, I think it does in some way affect the morale of the cadres in a state like Uttar Pradesh.
That's excellent perspective. Thank you very much, Rajdeep, for joining me on that. Always good to have your inputs on this unfolding story where the suspense continues to build with just days left, 2 days in fact, for the first phase of the Lok Sabha election 2024 to kick in. Can you believe it? It's already here. The Congress still remains undecided on its candidate for Uttar Pradesh's Amethi and Raebareli. Meanwhile, the BJP's candidate Smriti Irani has been aggressively campaigning for a long time in the constituency. The battle for Amethi will be the one to watch out for in Uttar Pradesh. Here's our ground report from Amethi.
This is Uttar Pradesh's Amethi, a city with history and politics at every corner. The Gandhi family's former bastion. Now Smriti Irani's turf. And for 2024, the biggest question in Amethi is Smriti versus who? Robert Vadra is keen to contest from Amethi, but is Amethi ready to accept him?
जब से पता लगा कि रॉबर्ट वाड्रा अमेठी से चुनाव लड़ेंगे, हम अधिवक्ता भी हैं, हम आपको बता दें, लोग अपनी खितौनी चेक कर रहे हैं, ईंट के खंभे लगवा रहे हैं, कहीं हमारी जमीन भी वाड्रा हड़प न ले, बेच न दें। तो इस नाते बहुत अमेठी जो है बहुत भयभीत है उनके नाम से।
अमेठी में कोई बदलाव नहीं हुआ, जो पहले था वही आज भी है, विशेष कोई बदलाव नहीं हुआ है। और ये सरकार जो है इनकी करनी कथनी में बहुत बड़ा अंतर है। टीवी पे कुछ दिखाई दे रहा है, जमीन स्तर पे कुछ नहीं।
प्रियंका जी आती हैं तो शायद हो सकता है, या तो राहुल गांधी, नहीं तो कोई नहीं कर सकता है।
कोई बदलाव नहीं होगा। स्मृति जी यहाँ 3 लाख वोट से चुनाव जीतेंगे। गांधी परिवार पूरा खानदान लड़ जाए, उनके चाचा हारे राहुल गांधी के, राहुल गांधी हारे, उनके जीजक बारी है, कोई बचा नहीं पाएगा। जमानत जब्त हो जाएगी।
The grand old party is yet to reveal its Amethi warrior.
कुछ ऐसे ट्रम्प के कार्ड जो होते हैं जो अंतिम समय में जो है ओपन किए जा सकते हैं, तो वैसे ही हमारी रायबरेली और अमेठी की भी सीट है जो अंतिम समय में निर्णय होंगे और उसको लेकर जो है विपक्ष जो है वो चौंक जाएगा।
The BJP, on the other hand, is confident to take down Congress again this year.
ये अमेठी की जनता ने उनको 2019 में बता दिया है कि हम कहाँ हैं और क्या करने वाले हैं। देश की आजादी के बाद तक अमेठी की जनता को लूटने का काम इन कांग्रेसियों ने किया है। अमेठी की जनता ने तय किया है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी दीदी स्मृति ईरानी को यहां से चुनाव जिताएंगे और 2024 में फिर से नरेंद्र मोदी जी को देश का यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री बनाएंगे। ये अमेठी की जनता ने तय किया है।
The battle for Amethi will be one to watch out for in Uttar Pradesh.
With the statement and the probability of Robert Vadra getting on the ground, the sentiments are high, and Amethi office bearers and at the same time the workers are preparing for these crucial elections. It looks like even though the candidature of the Congress party is not out yet, but the Gandhi family blood still will prevail, and that is what will make this seat more interesting in the 2024 general elections in Uttar Pradesh. With cameraman Sandeep, Abhishek Mishra for India Today.
So as far as the Gandhi bastion of Amethi is concerned, where has it been and why is it so much in the spotlight at this point of time? Do you think we're giving it an inordinate amount of attention? Well, try this on for size viewer. This is the timeline of Amethi. Sanjay Gandhi won this seat famously in 1980. Rajiv Gandhi won in 1981, 84, 89 and 1991. There was a small prelude where a non-Gandhi, but someone who was a close loyalist, fought and won from that seat for a while. Sonia Gandhi won from Amethi in 1999. Rahul Gandhi won in 2004, 2009 and 2014. So make no mistake, this has been a Gandhi bastion since 1980. Now the suspense over Amethi continues to grow. Rahul Gandhi hasn't let anything out, but Congress sources say that the Grand Old Party may announce Rahul Gandhi as the Amethi candidate after elections in Wayanad are complete. It's a tactical reason because you don't want to give the people of Wayanad reason to believe that Rahul Gandhi also has his eyes on another constituency. But on the other hand, Robert Vadra on Tuesday, his brother-in-law, Rahul's brother-in-law, pitched himself for the Amethi seat, claiming that the people of Amethi want him to represent them and the decision to become a candidate in the Lok Sabha poll will be taken at the right time.
पूरे देश से पुकार आ रही है कि आप सक्रिय राजनीति में आइए और ज़रूर अगर कांग्रेस को लगेगा कि मैं कुछ फ़र्क ला सकता हूं तो ज़रूर मैं आऊँगा, पर ये नहीं है कि अमेठी से, मुरादाबाद से भी है और हरियाणा से भी अलग अलग लोग मेरी विनती कर रहे हैं कि मैं सक्रिय राजनीति में आऊँ और उनका क्षेत्र को चुनूं।
जो भी कांग्रेस पार्टी चुनेगी वहाँ जो उम्मीदवार होंगे वहाँ के लोग जो बीजेपी को टक्कर दे सकते हैं या वहाँ सही जो व्यक्ति होंगे जो वहाँ के सांसद बने, तो मुझे लग रहा है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी चुनेगी और चाहे गांधी परिवार से हो या कोई और कांग्रेस के आदमी हो जिनसे या महिला हो जो वहाँ प्रगति ला सकते हैं और जो स्मृति ईरानी नहीं कर पाए वो मेहनत करें। वो चाहते हैं कि गांधी परिवार का कोई भी सदस्य वापस आए, वहाँ वो भारी बहुमत से जिताएंगे। यहाँ तक कि वो मेरे से भी प्रेरणा करते हैं और आशा करते हैं कि मैं वहाँ अपना पहला कदम अगर राजनीति में रखता हूँ और सांसद बनने की सोचता हूं तो मैं अमेठी को ही रिप्रेजेंट करूं, क्योंकि मैंने 99 से अपनी जो प्रचार प्रियंका के साथ शुरू किया वो अमेठी में ही था।
And I want to bring India Today's Mosmi Singh back in this. She scored that first big interview with Priyanka Gandhi Vadra on the campaign trail in Uttar Pradesh. Mosmi, while the suspense builds over Priyanka and Rahul and which seats they will be fighting from, whether in UP or elsewhere, Robert Vadra has also sort of thrown his hat into the ring and queered the pitch a little bit, not once but 3 times, in the last couple of weeks, making people wonder whether there is actually something afoot from the Congress's side as far as Mr. Vadra is concerned. You spoke to Priyanka today. What are you hearing? Because the rumors are abuzz.
See, clearly, Shiv, this has not been the first time. I remember way back in 2019 and 14, I remember Robert Vadra telling me that he would want to contest from Moradabad at that time in 2019. So, he's got those aspirations and ambitions as far as politics is concerned. But what I gather is that he's said he's left it to the family, left it to the Congress party to decide. He said, anyways, without being in politics, I am pulled in from all sides into politics, in the parliament and in speeches, in political speeches. So why not give me a chance to respond and reply? So that's what the version of Robert Vadra is. But every time the Robert Vadra says something about contesting Amethi or contesting elections, there's a studied pin drop silence in the Congress camp. Nobody responding to that. In fact, Avinash Pandey said he's just made his aspirations clear, but the party will decide. So that's a very raw nerve of the Congress party, and not many leaders like to speak on it.
Very interesting, and it's led to all kinds of speculation and rumors about the dynamic within the Gandhi family as well. So we leave it there for the moment. Hopefully there will be clarity very soon as far as Amethi and Raebareli are concerned. Mosmi, thanks very much. Mosmi continuing to report on the political campaign trail. Now remember, political election season means that netas are having to move from one place to another at short notice nearly constantly. The result of this is that a huge number of luxury aircraft and helicopters are being hired in record numbers by netas across parties, most of them from the BJP, in order to execute this election. Watch this report to see how, for chartered aviation services and aviation providers, it's a golden season in India.
Soaring above the fray, as the candidates crisscross the nation, the sky is not just the limit, but a runway to power. Across the vast expanse, the demand for private aircraft has jumped. India hosts a fleet of around 200 helicopters, 160 of them with the private operators. 100 of them were booked well before the campaign kicked in.
किसी न किसी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी ने, चाहे वो सेंट्रल पार्टीज हैं या वो रीजनल पार्टीज हैं, उन्होंने हायर किया है और पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स हेलीकॉप्टर्स का यूज कर रहे हैं काफी कैंपेनिंग के लिए. तो हेलीकॉप्टर इंडस्ट्री में हम लोग इंतजार करते हैं कि लोकसभा इलेक्शन कब आएगा. ये थोड़ा सा सारे ऑपरेटर्स को इंतजार रहता है कि इलेक्शंस आएंगे तो हेलीकॉप्टर का बिजनेस अच्छा होता है इस सीजन में.
In other words, helicopters have become the chariots of choice, ferrying leaders swiftly to the people's embrace. Every hour, every seat, a commodity in the race of supremacy. Helicopter rates have gone up to 5 times their normal tariffs.
देखिए, जो इंडिया में लगभग 200 के आसपास हेलीकॉप्टर्स टोटल हैं सिविल मार्केट में, जो कि कमर्शियली यूज होते हैं, और उसमें से लगभग 100 हेलीकॉप्टर ऐसे हैं जो कि किसी न किसी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट पर साल भर डिप्लॉयड रहते हैं, या वो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स के कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हैं या वो ऑयल कंपनीज के कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हैं. तो लगभग 80 से 100 हेलीकॉप्टर ही हैं अवेलेबल जो कि हायरिंग के लिए अवेलेबल होते हैं. एग्जैक्ट आंकड़ा एकदम से मेरे पास नहीं है, लेकिन मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि इस समय सारे कंट्री के अगर मिला लें तो लगभग 70-80 हेलीकॉप्टर होंगे जो कि इलेक्शन की फ्लाइंग कर रहे होंगे.
In this aerial ballot of democracy, every flight matters. With Manjeet Negi, Bureau Report, India Today.